All right, welcome aboard, guys. It is time for the CC Contest results show, the final six. Joining me is the guy who's responsible for this contest, Matt F27. How's it going, buddy?
Good. Hello, and you all have my apologies.
What are you apologizing for?
My running of the sorry, it was the you were
that part. Okay.
Yes, the running the contest thing. That one did not go over well. It's fine.
That's all right.
We bombed. We move on.
Yeah, so we're gonna get all of our excuses out of the way. We're gonna get the bar as low as we can get it. We talked about working together to do this stream early in the week, and then it was probably last night before we actually connected to do it. Those of you guys that were around know that Skidmark Racing ran a 12-hour race yesterday that I streamed, so I wasn't exactly available for putting anything together then, and then I was at work this morning. So what you see right now took me about 25 minutes to put together.
No worries.
So it will not be the highest quality stream you've ever seen in your life from a production value graphics point of view, but you will find out who won, and you'll get a bit of insight as to why, maybe. Although there's only the two of us, the judges, that are here. We had 12 starting out, didn't we?
Sorry, what was I missed the last part.
So when the contest, like when the judging started with 58 courses, we started with 12 judges, didn't we?
Yes, correct. And then we had 3 judges that could not make it to the group stage stuff. So we had 9 judges for the last stage. Okay.
So what I'm going to suggest, just to kick things off, is if you can maybe explain kind of how we got to where we are now, how many courses started, what the process was for whittling things down to the final 6.
Yep, absolutely. So, as most of you know, we started the contest in groups. I tried to kind of do a quick and dirty weighting for the contestants, like folks that have a name and like a portfolio that are going to put out good stuff, got weighted heavily, and kind of the newer guys where you weren't really sure, kind of were weighted less. That way you could kind of create reasonably equal pools for everybody to be in. And then from each of those pools, we pulled 4 people. I think we ended up with the number of contestants we had. We had 9 to 10 people in each pool, and the top 4 made it to group stages. Then when we were in group stages, we divided it into 3 pools again. That way we could do, all of the judges only had 8 courses to review, and we did the top 2 from those pools made it to the finals, and all of the remaining judges reviewed the last 6 courses to get a unanimous ranking of the last 6.
Yep. And so a couple points to take from that. One is that there are courses that were in this contest that judges never saw. Because of the nature of the size of the contest, we were never going to be able to have tons of judges judging basically all the courses. And so there was a couple of occasions where just luck of the draw with the group you ended up in, as well as the judges that you got, kind of maybe caused the results to be maybe different than they might have been had things been a little different. And so just keeping that in mind, it's when you have 58 courses in a contest and you're relying on people giving up their time to judge them, it's a bit unwieldy. And so Matt, thank you for taking all of that on and organizing all of it for those of us, for the people, for the designers, the community, and for us judges as well.
No worries. I mean, I think there's a little bit of growing pains with the format, but ultimately I think I'd consider this a success. I think like we ended up with a pretty good compromise of getting kind of like really good rankings that we can feel good about as judging or as judges, while also like streamlining it and minimizing the workflow so that we can take on more contestants and still put out results that aren't 7 months later.
Right. So like for next year, talk about that already, but for next year, is the plan to be very similar in that it'll be a pretty open as far as who can enter?
Yes, that's the tentative goal right now is like maybe we'll do a couple tweaks to the format a little bit based on kind of lessons learned this time around, but um, I'd like to keep the CC contest as open as possible, and I think, assuming I can get a similar or maybe even more judges next time around to, maybe beef up some of the pool judging stages, that we can uh, keep the field open and let everyone who wants to enter into that one, and keep it kind of a nice big, give it a little bit of its own identity versus some of the smaller invite only ones. We
Right.
can leave CC as kind of the massive free for all.
Just kind of the US Open of them.
Yep.
Awesome. I had something I was just gonna say and I forgot what the hell it was. Oh, no, I know what it is. So next year when there's 150 entrants, we can remember what Matt said, and you'll be able to remember it because I will be posting this show up to YouTube so that anybody who has not been able to be here live for it will be able to watch it there.
Hey, as long as we can get like 30 judges, I can do a 100-person field. That's fine.
Well, I mean that finding 12 was easy, right?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, we're not getting less designers, we're getting more. So,
yeah,
but that's a next year problem. We'll worry about that then.
Exactly.
All right, so the format, I know there's the foosball you guys want to be watching, and Matt and I definitely want to watch the US Grand Prix in a couple hours, and I wouldn't mind chilling a bit. So we're not going to, and I mean, it's a Matt stream. You know how Matt does streams. He doesn't take forever to do anything. So the format's going to be simple. We are going to go in reverse order from 6th through 1st, tell you who finished 6th, who finished 5th, 4th, etc., etc. And then we'll probably have a couple of comments about each course, what we liked, maybe if it wasn't a winner, maybe why it wasn't. And then we're just going to kind of motor through it. It'll be a kind of no frills, no fuss kind of stream. So overall, the one I will give some comments on this contest overall before this point. There was a lot of difficult decisions to make, at least in the pools that I had. It wasn't simple to pick 4 out of the first one. It wasn't simple to pick. I remember what we did with the second one. There was a lot of really, really good courses. And so anybody who didn't get to the final 6, don't feel badly about that fact. There were just a lot of really good courses, and the quality of design has gone up so much that that's what we get now in design contests. You get a lot of really good courses, and it seems to be getting harder and harder to separate from the great and the really good, because the really good is getting that good.
Yeah, like as I've gone and played every single one of the entrants, I've found that it's, there's maybe 15 in the whole field where you can play it and go, yeah, this one's not going to make it to the next round.
Yeah.
Where, and not even to say any of them were bad. It's just there's like a delineation, I think, of, like missing some of the technical stuff still and some of the basics versus nailing all of those. And it's just like how it plays and how it looks, and then like personal preference. So
yeah.
Like, our cut's at 24, and I'm, in the field, I'm looking at 40, 50 guys that you can play the course and think, oh yeah, this should make the next round. And then you have to make some tough decisions of, okay, well, I just don't have enough spots for all of the courses that should move on.
Yeah.
And it's just that way in every single round of, oh God. And then we only, the top 6 where, there's 15 courses that should be in the top 6. It's going to be hard.
Yeah, and I mean, what used to be great is kind of now good, and what used to be good is kind of now eh.
Yeah, exactly.
The bar just keeps going up and up, right? And a lot of that is people like Crazy Canuck and Ben, and the tutorials, and yourself with the Joy Planting, Mayday stuff, Victory Spa stuff. I'm just off the top of my head, I'm thinking of people who've put content out there on how to design. It's so easy to find information now on how to design, and I think the community has gotten a lot more use when it comes to, like, people are accessing the community more and getting help with design, so people are just getting good quick. So
Yeah, I know all these people hop into streams and pick stuff up, and then in 3 months they're better than we are.
Yeah, well, they're definitely better than I am.
I have the hiccups. This is a terrible time for hiccups. Oh, well, we're gonna power through. We'll see how this works.
Okay, so should we start?
Yep, absolutely.
All right. Chat, I don't think what I'll do is we'll wait till we get to the final two. Well, actually, no. Before we start, let's have you guys say, who do you think won this whole thing? Let's get some comments. Who do you think was the winning course?
Oh, while we're waiting for some
so we got to vote for Heisenberg.
Feedback. I should throw out I want to throw out a thanks to all of the contestants who entered the contest, and like the field was just amazing, and then all of the judges who made this possible. Reed, Bundy, Petty, Wes, Justin Seabach, Baby Bull, Yumi, Catcherman, Forest Sites, and Pity Dr. G. All were your judges for this contest.
Nice. So did you just thank yourself?
I was listing all of the judges, but yeah, I guess I technically thanked myself. Not intentionally, but I don't know how to do that.
Oh my god. That was funny.
Thank you to me.
There you go. So it's looking like a lot of Heisenberg, a lot of Maddie. I've seen Petro on there a couple times too. Okay. Well,
okay,
let's start.
Roll right into it.
I'll let you reveal, and I will. I'll put the course up that it is. So coming in 6th place was. This is where you say, Matt.
Oh, sorry. I'm waiting for the slide to come up.
No, I'm waiting for you to tell me because I forget.
It's Rye Valley.
And you know what would be handy?
Yes, that's the wrong slide.
There it is. No, that's the right slide.
No, that's that one's that's Zodiac. Oh no, now it's switching. Okay,
yeah.
We're good. Sorry, I'm watching the stream and I'm a couple seconds delayed. So
yeah, no, I know.
Only to make this even harder.
Yeah, no, yeah. I just again took me 25 minutes to get this set up, and yeah. So Rye Valley is 6th. From my point of view, it was good. I mean, it was really good to get into 6th. And the drivable 4 with the cliff behind it didn't bother me at all. It was there, and you knew it was there, and so you played the hole appropriately. Even though when I did my playthrough, I did go explore back there. It just was. Other courses seemed to do everything just a teeny tiny little bit better, was in my opinion.
Yeah, this was one where the design, the strategy, the playability is all top notch, but I think it was, the cliffside holes are spectacular, but anything that moves off the cliff kind of it loses a little bit of that luster. Like the planting is solid, but maybe a little plain. So when you're not on the cliffs, it maybe comes off as a little kind of ordinary compared to some of the other top courses for me.
Yeah. Okay. So there's 6th. Congratulations on a top 6 finish. That's impressive in a field of 58, which had a lot of good courses. Okay. 5th.
Next up
was
5th place. We have Ketchaboneck Club.
I think this is going to surprise a few people.
Yep.
And Ketchaboneck, to me, and this is where I think you have the design nerds and the non-design nerds. And as a non-design nerd, I don't appreciate the template style as much as a design nerd does. I thought it was a really cool course. I enjoyed it. Again, I just felt like there were other ones I enjoyed more. That's all.
And I'm like, this is one that I had kind of T2 in my personal rankings as far as scoring goes. So I know you're like, I wouldn't even call this like a full Rainer template course.
No, it's not.
but
It has
it has elements of that.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's like I'm all for that style, and like really, like I don't think that affects my rankings at all, but it's definitely a little more, I guess, controversial for the like your general public. So it's
Yep.
like stuff like this and Estuary Club, where like I loved both of those, but I think
Mhm.
they're gonna have mixed reviews that from general audiences that might bump them down in the rankings more than than our that I feel are what do you want to call it?
Yeah, the design
No.
nerds. Let's just,
Yeah.
right? And I think that's what it is. Both of those courses, design nerds are going to just love them because they're going to see how the templates have been used. And they're like, yes, that's exactly how it should be. And that's great. And I love it. And then somebody like me, who's not as much of a design nerd, who has never been to Long Island, who has never seen a course like this in real life, I don't have that same appreciation for it, right? And so, yeah, it's a kind of course that is going to polarize, not so much in some people are going to love it or hate it, but it's going to polarize and people are going to love it and other people are going to go, well, yeah, it's well done, but it's just not my style. No, I'm good, Charlie. Thanks, though. Okay.
All right. So we
Fourth.
can. Yep. Fourth, we have Prosper Trail.
Yeah, Prosper Trail. I think I might have had this. No, I think I had this right here. I thought it was really well done. I liked the environment. I liked the waste bunkering. I liked the transition into the waste bunkering. I had this marked pretty highly. I just had a couple courses marked higher is all. And yeah, MJM coming out of the design league, first contest on an 18-hole course, gets straight into the final. So watch out.
Yep, MJM is definitely in that class of people who just came out firing and on making their first or second course is already just a top tier designer, or they're absolutely knocking it out of the park.
Yeah, and I think for MJM too, he's the best advertisement we have for the design league and why people who are looking to design and potentially looking at creating TGC Tours courses should join Design League. What you go through in designing those 6-hole courses or 8 holes, depending on what Maddie feels like. It really creates a sound foundation for design going forward. And then if you already have that acumen for creating courses, watch out. So, very, very well done here.
Absolutely. Suppose we can move on to our top three. Our kind of outside podium spot here is Zodiac.
Yeah, this was fun. It was fun this was one course. There was a couple in the field that took one of the design league entries they created and then made an 18-hole out of it. This was one of them, and I believe this started life as planting is for lefty losers. I think that's what it was for Design League.
Yeah.
I just really enjoyed this course. I thought it was just an absolute riot to play it, and I enjoyed the kind of minimalistic nature of it. I thought it worked really, really well.
Yeah. This was one that I loved. I also want to give a shout out to Q for by the little clubhouse, his little cluster of 5 greens. I love kind of central points on a course. And this is one of the best executions I've seen of that, where you have 5 great green sites all tucked together kind of in the same spot. Yeah. So you get to keep revisiting that same little location on the course several times in your round.
Yeah, and I felt like the environment felt very authentic as well. Like it was a kind of course I would see in real life around here. It's farmland that got turned into a golf course, right? I thought it was really cool, and then I liked the ability to play a shot off the clubhouse on the last hole, try to bounce it back onto the green from the clubhouse. That was fun too.
Oh, that's always fun.
Yeah, so that was good.
Yeah, but really, really great course. I guess it just, to me, a couple little things that held it back is it's just, I liked a little bit of the minimalism to it, but it goes to the point of almost starting to feel empty in spots. So, while the environment is great, it doesn't shine maybe quite to the level that it would need to in order to win this contest outright.
And if you're looking at the two that are left, they both are ones that have really involved environments that
Yes.
really blow your hair off, right? So if any of the people in our chat still have hair, although I guess I'm the old one around here, so whatever. Okay, guys, so we're down to the final two. What do you guys think? Is it Yellowgrass by Maddie, or is it Sattler Head Blue by Heisenberg? Who got it?
See, 1, 2, 3, 3 votes for Maddie so far.
Well, here comes Heisenberg.
Oh, 1 for Heisenberg. So it's still pretty mixed.
4-2 right now. Fence sitter.
Absolutely.
It's pretty split.
Yeah, I think we have Maddie with a couple more votes in there.
Not too much though.
Yep.
None of the above. Okay.
Fun.
None of the above didn't enter.
Jerry, I see.
Yeah, none of the above didn't enter this contest, so probably not them.
Oh yeah, sorry, Axel. You have to throw some Reynolds Wrap sponsorship plugs in here now that we're at the finals. Oh, and yes, and the community obviously wins. Thank you, Maddie. The community always wins. Never lost.
Blessed is the community.
Absolutely. Anyway, so without further ado,
do we want to reveal first or second?
We'll reveal first, and then we'll talk about second, and then first. How about that? All right. So the winner for the 2021 CC contest is Maddie from Canada with Yellowgrass. Congratulations. We
have a Canadian on the top row of the podium, ladies and gentlemen.
We do.
It's a great day for Canada.
And therefore the world.
Of course, yes. Maddie from the greatest country on earth has won a contest. All it took was getting a PC.
Yeah.
So I've had an opportunity to play Yellowgrass a good bit now, obviously judging it, but it was on Elite. We played it, and I only got to play 2 rounds of it because, well, I was played like crap. There just was the environment was awesome. Some of the shot values that he created. There was the one, I can't remember if it was a drivable 4, if it was a second shot to a par 5, but it had a kicker slope from the right that ran in. It was just really a lot of fun and really well thought out. I just felt like every hole was really well thought out that way too. I thought it played really great as a tournament course, and I just thought it looked spectacular. And from the first tee shot, I was like, I love this place.
This was I think this was I have to check. It wasn't unanimous, but it was almost
close.
Unanimous.
I think it was 6 out of 8. Was it 6 out of? How many do we have at the end?
That. This to me nailed the combination of, like, it's visually interesting. Yeah, what Q said, the visuals are ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I think to me it was the pinnacle of making something CC accessible while also being a complete blast to play.
Yeah.
Where a lot of the courses in the contest nailed the difficulty in terms of it was very accessible, but they usually did it by kind of smoothing stuff out. And, so it played a little flat and a little straightforward and that kind of stuff. And Maddie managed to build a CC course that is wild and crazy and is still absolutely CC appropriate. So yeah, I think that's what pushes this one over the edge.
And it also has the ability to be cranked up a bit. And we played it on the lead, and I mean, it got torn apart because every course does now on pro, but it still played fine at the elite level. I genuinely was disappointed missing the cut because I didn't get to play it 2 more times, right? So that kind of tells you how I felt about it.
Yeah, this is one that I enjoy more every time I play it.
Yeah, for sure. And playing it in different winds and different conditions, it like that first hole is a par 5 that's downhill. You play that downwind, there's not much, like it's short, but then the second shot's still interesting because the green is not simple. But then you get it into the wind and it just completely changes how you play that thing. So there's a lot of versatility to it, which I thought was cool. We should have a look at second place too.
Absolutely, yeah. I think we just ended up diving into talking about first place, so we will roll into to Sattler, because that's another just spectacular course.
Yeah, I mean Heisenberg. It's funny to think he was in the rookie contest when I showed up around here back in January. He hasn't made a course I didn't like, and this was, I think this came out fairly early, didn't it? This got published fairly early.
Yeah, I think this was like day one published.
Yeah,
this was the first one out.
And
he made a 36-hole course and published both 18s the day that the contest opened, which is nuts.
I was just about to say that, yeah. So not only did we get this, we got the black as well. But this was one that when I played it, because it was so early, I was like, this is a contender to win the whole thing, and early, right at the beginning, right? And I think I might have had this and Yellowgrass a point apart, maybe.
Yeah.
And I think as judges, the average was about a point.
Yeah, it was pretty close for me.
Yeah.
I think I had this T2 with Ketchaboneck in my personal rankings.
Yeah, I had it second as well, but it just by like, this could easily have won too, quite honestly. I don't think anybody had it lower than... This one had a couple of... It was this, and this got a couple first place votes. It was this and Yellowgrass that got all the first place votes, right?
Yep, I believe so.
Yeah. So this got a couple first place votes, a bunch of second place votes. I think both of the courses actually got third place votes, believe it or not, Yellowgrass and Sattler. But yeah, this could have just as easily have won as well. It just was little fine details, and I just thought this was stunning, quite honestly.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's just, I think between this and Yellowgrass is the environments are both 10 out of 10. Like, they knock it out of the park, and it really just comes down to Yellowgrass was more fun to play on repeat.
Yeah.
Where Sattler Head Blue just gets a little bit dialed back, like, to the point of, I almost feel that it's hard for a course to win a contest when it's not the best course on its plot. I think Sattler Head Black is a better course than Blue. So it's like, if the actual CC contest was kind of in the middle of those two difficulty levels, I think he very much could have just won this one, like hands down.
Yeah. And
it's just little tiny details that are going to separate the top couple at this level.
Yeah. And I agree. I felt like Yellowgrass was just they had teeny tiny bit better shot values than Sattler Head did. But again, not much. If this had won, I wouldn't have kicked up any fuss at all.
Yep.
I would have been, it would have been a worthy winner as well. So congratulations, Heisenberg. You're knocking on the door for a win. Absolutely. And I don't think it'll be too long.
Yeah, this was an absolute statement of a course. It's spectacular. Yeah,
for sure. So yeah, keep it up. I know he's not watching right now because he's in the future and he's probably in bed, but it was really, really good. And then the black kind of goes a little bit under the radar because it wasn't part of the contest. But yeah, I wouldn't disagree with you and think I could see where people would say it was a better course. But it just absolute madness to make a 36-hole plot for an 18-hole course or contest. Sorry.
Yeah, and then do it this well.
Yeah, exactly. So there you go. There's our top, your results, our top 6. Congratulations to all the top 6. We had planned some silly awards for people.
But ultimately, like, I don't know if any of us really came up with a lot of good recipients for any of them.
Yeah, I mean, virtual.
I think we came up with 2 as a group, and that was it.
Yeah, I mean, Virtual Golfer gets the That's a Bold Strategy Cotton Award for the course he created. It was reversible with like shared greens everywhere, and yeah, that was a bold strategy for a contest. But
yes, I'll give Tan Man the obligatory Happy Bunkers award for making the smiley face hole. I loved that one.
I think Tan Man should also get the I don't want my course to be a CC course, even though it's a CC contest award.
Yes. Can he get the second Bold Strategy Cotton Award for submitting a flat course for CC, like somebody does every year, and made the cut with it?
Well, and the irony is in my chat, he said that his previous couple courses had been CC courses. He didn't want another one. And I'm sitting there going, this is a CC contest, right?
Uh-huh.
But, I mean, when you played it from the appropriate tees, it was... And I think it got more playable when we switched to pro as well. That course from the back tees is all you want. Is all you want. And so I think, he went for the... shorter tees would maybe make it closer to CC, whereas the back tees, I mean, it's 8,000 yards, are more the Platt strategy, which it's a tough one to pull off, and he came close. He came close to getting it, but I do think that one got held back a little bit because it was probably a hair too difficult for CC. Other than that, there's just so many damn courses I can't remember. I mean, there's so many that are just a blur because there's so many of them.
I should have wrote them all down and gave them shout outs. But there's probably a good 10 courses that did not make the cut that I'm like, I love this course. How did it not make group stages? And it's just so hard. Yeah,
so I mean, this is where chat can maybe jump in. Courses that didn't get to the top 6 that you were surprised by or that you wish you had. For me, ironically enough, with my distaste for template, I was disappointed that Estuary didn't get there.
Estuary would... That's like... You get into like a coin toss with Rye Valley of like, oh god, only one of those. Oh, and Redtail.
Redtail's another one. Yeah, for sure.
But I think, as I said earlier, you legitimately could pull about 15 courses that you'd have an argument for them being top 5, top 6.
Yep. Yeah,
and it's just,
for me, it's just off the top of my head, and then there are courses that didn't make the top 6 that I played once a couple months ago because I didn't have them on my judging list at any point. But those were the two, Redtail and Estuary were the two that really stuck out to me, that they were really hard done by not making it. And it would have been interesting if all of the judges had judged both Estuary and Ketchaboneck because they were so similar, to see which one would have come out ahead.
Yeah, that'd be another coin toss for me. That's so hard because I love both of those.
Yeah, me too. They're both really well done, and Manatee is just a guy who he just keeps creating good, solid golf courses. He just hasn't quite made it into that final yet, but he will. He's not far away, and he very easily could have this time. He just, again, the luck of the draw maybe just wasn't kind to him.
Yeah, I think Charlie makes a good point. If he said he had 10 courses in his top 24 that didn't make the cut of judging, and I'd probably agree because the joke is I had 30 courses in my top 15, so it's just this might be one of the strongest fields I've seen in a contest, and honestly, I'm shocked at how consistently amazing the field was in a contest that was just open and there wasn't any filtering of contestants. Like a number of contestants basically hopped in and made like their first serious 18-hole course, and they all killed it. It was so good.
Yeah, that was the one thing I was worried about when you opened it up to everybody. I was concerned that you were going to get for a lack of better term, dumpster fire. We didn't really get one. We got a couple where you're like, okay, no, this isn't going to go very far, but they were still competently made golf courses.
Yeah, the days of there being like a clear top 10 and then the rest are kind of discards is long gone.
Yeah, and so anybody who's interested in getting into these contests, kind of a double-edged sword here. Hopefully, you're able to take some motivation in the fact that people are able to create these kinds of courses and they're able to create them fairly quickly. And Maddie's just mentioning he was 32nd last year CC and now he's winning. So, and Maddie's a guy who's really grown a lot in the last year. But people are able to create courses and create really good courses really quickly. The other side of that is there's a lot of people who are creating really good golf courses, so contests just keep getting tougher and tougher.
Absolutely.
But for those of us that play the game, that's a good thing.
Yeah. Dan legitimately has 40 or so courses out of this contest that I think could host a CC event.
Yeah.
He could literally fill the entire calendar with just courses that came out of this contest.
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, that's going to put a wrap on CC. I guess next up is Dream Team, right?
Yep.
I mean, there is Victory Lane Sports has he has a mini golf course contest going and a par 3 contest going.
We also have the rookie kicking off here soon as well, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah. J Ray Gunn's got his Total Recall one going. Charlie and Benny have their Parkland Golden Age contest going. But the next quote unquote major is Dream Team, and I imagine what next will be we've done the draft. Next will be where we set the pairings, isn't it?
I believe so, yes.
So, stay tuned for that in a couple of months, I guess. I felt like Ben was thinking December.
Yeah, I think.
For that.
Well, I think the deadline was December 15th, or that one was it? I knew we had a 15-day window. It was either the 1st to the 15th or the 15th to the 30th. I can't remember which it was.
And so once all the courses are published, then we do the pairings, and then we go from there. Okay.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, that's what's coming up contest-wise in TGC Tours land. And then, how's Joy Planting going these days, Matt, sorry?
Well, I kind of bailed on the last season, so I just did a quick wrap-up video recently because I've been so swamped with 2 active contests and 2K stuff and real-life stuff. So I've been a little bit of a mess the last couple months. So thank you everyone for your patience in me trying to scramble to keep up with CC stuff along with everything else. Hopefully the end product here was good enough for you guys. I know the contest field was amazing, and I'm so excited and that we got to do this and honored to be a part of it. So here's to next year. Maybe I'll do a better job of scheduling less things around this time of year next year.
And so if you guys aren't following Matt F, it's Matt F27 TGC.
Yep.
What is it on Twitter?
I think it's the same.
Okay. So if you guys aren't following him, make sure you are. Matt doesn't necessarily have the most consistent streaming schedule because Matt's busy. So make sure you're following him so you know when he goes live. He is known to have a rant on occasion, and they're known to be quite entertaining on occasion.
Yep.
But more importantly, there's a lot of good stuff you guys can learn when it comes to designing that you can see when you watch Matt design. So yeah, make sure you're following him if you're not already. On my end, tomorrow's Monday. That's a double entity Monday, so I'm planning on a stream in the afternoon for golf, and then in the evening I'll be racing the Old Bastards Racing League, I think at New Hampshire. I think it's at New Hampshire. Nice. And then I'm kind of here and there now myself with real life stuff. So thank you guys all for your support for today's stream, for checking in. On my stream tomorrow, we'll talk about the results for sure. People can get their grief and make, feel free to come grief me for having Ketchaboneck as low as I did. So I know there's some people are going to riot over that one, but yeah, for today, I think that's going to do it. That's I streamed for 12.5 hours yesterday doing the Skidmark Racing endurance race, and yeah, I'm ready to just chill for the rest of the day. So thanks again, Matt, for running this.
No worries, and thank you for hosting the stream.
No problem. This was an
and
easy
thank
one.
you for volunteering to judge as well.
Yeah, no problem. It's fun to get to play these courses and putting some numbers to them afterwards. Easy. So although I'm gonna have to get to the point where I'm gonna have to start saying no because there's so many courses and contests out there right now.
Yeah.
There's it's getting to a point where it's getting to be a bit much. But again, good thing. There's just so much that's coming out that's great. So yeah, let's put a wrap on it there, guys. Thank you all for being here. Congratulations, Maddie.
Yep.
Well deserved. Heisenberg as well. Man, it could easily have been you as well. Congratulations basically to all the top 6 for getting to that point, and congratulations to everybody for a great contest. Look forward to the next contest. Look forward to the next CC contest next year. Upcoming Dream Team and Rookie contest at the turn of the calendar. But for now, for Matt F, this is WhatAboutAmeobi. We're gonna pull the plug here. Have a great afternoon. I will see you guys tomorrow. Cheers.
Yep. Have a good one. Thanks again.